Okay, here's the second video on trapezoids. All right, and just quick to recall, what we learned on the first one. Let's see. Hold on, give me a minute. Okay, so pretty much a trapezoid is, again, a four-sided shape, but it's only going to have one pair of what? Parallel sides. And that's what you got to look for, because that's what's going to help you look at this correctly, right? Only one pair of parallel sides. So they don't necessarily have to be the same length, but they're still parallel. They're running in the same direction. Okay, let me review what we did on the first one. On the first one, we understood that if you have a parallelogram, let's say this side and this side are parallel, but then this side is parallel with this side, but you know, one of them will be shorter, one of them will be longer. And then when you close it, however it looks, right, it's still a four-sided shape, right? It's still a four-sided shape, but we have only one pair of parallel sides. Then they're either going to give you an angle here, or whatever is the case, these two angles, again, because look at the way the parallel lines are going. They're going this way, kind of like left to right. That means this angle and this angle will add up to 180. Okay. Whatever it is going to add up to 180. So these two angles add up to 180. Or they might give you an angle over here. And these two also add up to 180 because it's going this way, right? And the measures of these angles are independent, have nothing to do with these other angles over here, right? This can be, let's say this can be like 100 degrees, and that has nothing to do with these others over here. This only has some relation to this one because of the parallel lines in this way. These will add up to 180, okay. So they might give you an angle up here or over here, so then it's these two, the way the parallel lines go. Or they might give you an angle over here, right? So let's say this is 40 degrees here. Then it's these two angles down here that have that relationship. They add up to 180, so that's 140. Okay, so whatever it is, you're going to get this added to this, and it equals to 180, right? It adds up to 180. Something plus something equals to 180. But see, now you're not just going to see numbers anymore. You're going to see expressions. Okay, and that's what's going to happen on this second part. All right, and you'll also have parallelograms that are running maybe, or it's kind of facing this other way like this. All right, let's say it's looking like this a little bit, something maybe. But again, now here the parallel lines with this, the top and the bottom, right? You might want to make them a little darker. You might want to use a highlighter. You might want to do the arrows. Why is that important for you to identify the parallel lines? Because now you know you have to look this way. So now it's this angle and this angle that have to add up to 180. Or, right, if they get, it's either these two here, right? This one with this one. So if I were to write an expression, let's say this is angle 1 and this is angle 2, I'm sorry, not an expression, an equation, you would be able to claim and say, well, I don't know what angle 1 is, but angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180. right? Because now they're going to give you not just simply numbers, they're going to give you expressions here. So you would get this added to this one added to this one, and they add up to 180 is equal to 180. Or they can give you two expressions over here. And again, since the lines are running this way, yes, it would be, these two would also, let's say this is angle 3 and this is angle 4. You'd be able to say angle 3 plus angle 4 equal to 180. And this is what you're going to have to do and set up an equation now. Okay, let's look at this first problem. Okay, the first one looks like, and actually I printed out a paper so you can pause it here and copy it down. All right, here it is. Let me focus. All right, so here they're saying solve for x. So you got to watch out. I mean, honestly, on all of these, you're going to solve for x. You always have to solve for x. But sometimes that won't be it. Sometimes they'll say, find the measure of angle C, or find the measure of angle B, or whatever angle. And then see, now you'd have to substitute for x to get the angle measure. And you've done that before. But here, it's a trapezoid, right? We're dealing with trapezoids. So I know I'm going to look for the one pair of parallel sides. Well, it's not this one with this one. These two are not parallel. It's not these two sides. It's the top and the bottom, isn't it? Yeah. So this side is parallel to this side. That means that when you look at the angles, it's this one and this one that have to sum. They have to sum and add up to what? 180. So see, now they're giving you expressions. So now we gotta put this equation together. Okay, so what would you be able to claim here? Well, very simply, this plus this, when they give you expressions, you add them up, equal to 180. So we got the 8x plus 31, which is this one here, plus the 85 this one plus this one equals 180. Okay, and then you solve it. That'll be 8x plus 31 plus 85 equals 180. While you add that, that's going to be 8x plus 116, I think it is equal, right? You add up these two, 31 plus 85, I think it's 116, yep, equals 180. Then you're going to subtract 116 and subtract 116. You're going to get 8x equals, what's 180? What's 180? Take away 116. 64. And then dividing by 8 and dividing by 8, you're going to get x equals 8. All right, so if it simply says solve for x, okay, you're done. You said solve for x. But if it says to solve for like angle C, you'd still have to get this, and then you substitute it. You're going to see that in a bit. All right, let me do another problem like this one real quick, where you have expressions. Okay, so what if you're looking at something like this? This one you can just draw it out. Oh no, I did that one wrong. It's this way. Here I go again. Sorry guys. It's this side is parallel to this side. Okay, and then these are kind of, this one's going this way and this one's going some other way. So now the top and bottom are not parallel. These are not parallel. The ones that are now parallel are the left and the right side. So make them darker or use the little arrows to indicate which ones are parallel. You're only going to have one pair. That means now the angles this way are going to add up to 180, not this way. Okay. The angles this way add up to 180. So they're going to tell you something like 41x plus 6 is this angle here. And this angle over here is 92 degrees. Okay, so now these two, I know they add up to 180, but see, here's where you have to set up the equation. So here we go, 41x plus 6, which is this one, plus this other one here, which is 92. They add up to what? 180. And then you're able to solve for x. I mean, that's it. That's easy this way, because the parallel lines are going this way, left and right. So it's these angles that are left and right. Okay, so solving this, and that'll be 41x. The 6 plus the 92 is 98 equals 180. And then it's going to be subtract 98 and subtract 98. Let's see. 180 take away 98 is 80. 180 take away 98 is 82. Right? Subtract 98, subtract 98. 41x equals 82. Well, divide by 41, divide by 41. You're going to get x equals 2. Okay, one more problem. The last type you're going to see is not going to say solve for x, right? It's going to say something like this. Here we go, number 2. Copy this one here. All right, here's where you can pause it. Here's where you can pause it, pause the video, copy this picture. Okay, hopefully you paused it, you copied it. Here, see, it doesn't say to solve for x, so watch out. I mean, you're still going to have to get the value of x, but here we want to get this. We got to find out what this angle is, u. U is this one, so I need to get the value of x. See, once I have the value of x, I can substitute it here. I can give you the measure for angle u. Okay, so I'm going to put it over here on the side and say, okay, they want me to find angle u, and the expression for angle u is, what is that, 9x minus 17? Okay, well, I'm going to put it over here on the side. This is angle u. And as soon as I find the value of x, guess what? I'm going to substitute it there. And then I'll get the answer. But see, I first have to get the value of x. Okay, so let's come back over here. What is true about these here? Which ones are the parallel lines? This one. Right? So the way these parallel lines run, top to bottom, are these two expressions, they add up to 180. So you make an equation out of this. This expression plus this equals or adds up to 180. All right. 9x minus 17 plus the 14x plus 13 equals, right? This is this first one. This is this other one here. Equals to what? 180. And that's the understanding. That's pretty much it. Here we combine like terms. So the 9x will add up to the 14x. The negative 17, or the numbers, will add up to the other number. The negative 17 will add up with the 13. And they have to add up to 180. 9x plus 14x is 23x. And this is take away 4, negative 4. Equals 180. Add 4 to both sides. That's going to be 20. That's going to be 23x equals plus 4, 184. X is going to be whatever 184 is divided by 23. Let's see. Oops. 184 divided by 23. That's 8. Oh, I got a good answer, 8. X is equal to 8, see, but that's not the end of this problem. That's not the answer. Oops, I shouldn't even boxed it. Just circle it. That's not the answer, right? Go back and see. If it just says solve for X, okay, you're done. But it doesn't. It says find the measure of angle U. So now remember I put this over here on the side. Now that I know my value of X, X is equal to 8, I put it right here for the expression for angle U. So X is 8. So here, I put an 8. So angle U is going to be 9 times 8 and then take away 17. 9 times 8 is 72. 72 take away 17. I don't know what that is. Let's see. $72 take away 17. 55. All right, that's the answer for angle U. Angle U is 55 degrees. Okay, there you have it. Good luck with this assignment.